Welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Namibia. Now, the Young Achievers is an empowerment project and a very dynamic, youth-driven organization, inter alia committed to nurturing socially conscious and academically driven young leaders across the country, and they are set to host the Katutura Career Fair 2025. This year's fair will be taking place on Friday, the 25th of July, 2025 at the UN Plaza in Katutura. And it carries the very powerful theme, Each One Teach Three, focusing on the power of knowledge sharing. With over 300 learners from Katutura and Khomasdal expected to attend, the event promises to be an enriching platform featuring career talks, workshops, panel discussions, and one-on-one mentoring with professionals from various industries. This morning we are joined by Mr. Jesma Mulunga as well as Mr. Sem Nangaku, and they are the event coordinators. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to Good Morning Namibia.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Mr. Mulunga, are you well?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Nangaku, are you well too?
Yes, I am very well.
Awesome. Let's start with you, Mr. Mulunga. Speak to us about the theme for this year's fair. Why did you decide on that theme? What is its significance?
So the theme is Each One Teach Three, with the main idea that knowledge sharing, or when you share knowledge rather, it becomes more powerful. And we believe that every young person that will take part in this fair gains new insights, new skills, and new opportunities, and then make sure that they share this with at least 3 people, be it a classmate, a family, or a friend. And having created this ripple effect, we want to empower peer motivation and community learning that goes beyond just this event.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nangaku, now having heard your colleagues set the scene for us, specifically as far as the theme is concerned, we've also shared some of the objectives with the viewers in the introduction. But from your perspective specifically, which are the key objectives? What do you seek to accomplish with this year's fair?
Oh, our main goal with this fair is basically to expose young learners from Katutura schools to different career opportunities from different institutions, and then we also have young professionals to interact with these learners from these schools. And then this is because schools from Katutura usually do not have this opportunity to attend career fairs and get exposed to different careers.
Now, Mr. Mulunga, we do know that the need is quite big.
Yes.
And we are unfortunately unable to attend to every single learner in this country who deserves to be at the platform such as this. But how did you select the specific schools, and how are you providing support to them on this journey?
Okay, well, the event is called the Katutura Career Fair. The reason behind the name Katutura Career Fair is basically that it's designed for school-going learners who are deep in the hearts of Katutura and some parts of Khomasdal, which makes it easy for us to decide which learners are we going to select from. You know, for instance, Mount View, which is, deep really in the heart of Katutura in the Kilimanjaro constituency. So we know that these are the people that we should look at, because they don't often get these opportunities when people are invited to career fairs happening at the Safari Hotel. And we
formerly known as? Yeah.
Excuse me?
Formerly known as the Safari Hotel.
Yes, sorry. And we have built such a great relationship with these schools, and it's always easy for us, to go to these schools and communicate to their principals, their life skills teachers, to grant us access to have their learners for this event. Yes.
So Nangaku, we mentioned workshops, we mentioned panel discussions, one-on-one mentoring. Could you elaborate on those platforms and how it will work?
For this year, we've invited tertiary institutions and then also companies. This is basically to give the learners an opportunity to interact with these tertiary institutions and then ask about the career opportunities that they offer. And then with companies, we also invited companies like NDF, NamPower, just to give the learners basically overall, I don't know how to say it, but basically to give the opportunities that they have, career opportunities that they offer at those companies. And then with the tertiary institutions is also again the same concept. And then we'll also have young professionals to mentor these young students, and then also just to share their journeys on being in their professions, the successes and the challenges that they face to get to where they are.
Maybe to add a little bit, sorry to interject. We have a inmate from the Namibian Correctional Services that we have invited to this year's event that will shed more on, life in prison and decision making, which choices to make as a young person.
And certainly which choices not to make.
Yes,
as
definitely,
well. Yeah.
yes.
Why did you decide on that?
Why? We have realized that our community, there's so many crime happening. I'm pretty sure you're aware of it. And too many young people's lives being taken away, and being taken away in a sense of them dying or being incarcerated in prisons. And we are trying to avoid that. So we have people or these inmates rather, who are at these facilities, to come and shed more light and to encourage these young learners not to make these bad decisions, as it may have a very, very bad effect on their lives. Yes.
In 2025, fortunately, the options are no longer the options that our parents may have been forced to embark upon.
True.
We are on the cusp of brand new developments in this country as far as green hydrogen is concerned, oil and gas discoveries. So how do you ensure that what you have on offer next Friday will be relevant, will speak to these times?
Well, one of our biggest strengths is the usage of young professionals and recent graduates, and also the young members that we have within our organization. So they tell us these things, and we all know, we're hearing about, the green hydrogen, the oil that has been discovered in Namibia. So these are also areas that we are trying to focus on, and to educate these young learners with obviously these young professionals and the recent graduates, because these people have been seated in these same classrooms not so long ago, and they understand, or they've gone through the system, which makes it easier for them to to kind of help these learners. Yes.
So Nagaku, believe it or not, many of us have come to where we are without the assistance or the presence of a dedicated mentor. But we increasingly hear that that is also one of the very important avenues to explore if you want to realize your career aspirations. What's your take on mentorship? Because it's also one of the matters that you just raised earlier.
I consider mentorship as something very important. I myself am being mentored by lecturers from my university. So mentorship basically gives the learners, say for instance we do learner and a mentor, just to give them a guidance for them not to go in paths that will not take them to where they want to be, and just to give them overall insight on that specific area that they want to get into.
I want to return to the issue relating to providing support to those you are targeting for this year's fair. Speak to us about logistics and transport. If I'm at one of the schools that Mr. Mulunga spoke about earlier, far out, how will I get to the fair?
We've been collaborating with City of Windhoek. They've been providing us their passes for the past career fairs that we've hosted. So this year again, we've collaborated with them to make sure that the students are transported from their schools to UN Plaza safely. And yes, so this year we have City of Windhoek on board, and we're thankful for them for their continual support.
How important is collaboration with different stakeholders to make sure that the career fair is a success?
We consider them very important because they make our events go successful, and then just creating these relationships, and then we'll continue with them as years go, just to create that strong bond and to help the students, learners get proper insight in the careers that they need.
Very well, Ms. Mulunga. We often hear nothing about us without us. And I presume that the two of you are fairly young.
Yes.
But speak to us about the active involvement of young people in putting this together, in curating the fair, so that we also empower those whom we want to benefit from it, to take over from the likes of you in future.
Well, our planning committee consists of a lot of young people, in a sense that they are part of every step of this planning process. They make sure that they, coordinate the speakers, and they organize many other things of the event. And one thing that I'm looking forward to this year's event is seeing these young people on stage, as they will be part of the program. Others will be part as masters of ceremonies, and everyone or every young person will have a slot on the program, which then also makes me happy in a sense that these young people will see what other young people are doing, and that they can see what they can do when they're in charge. So that's how we bring about the young learners into, into these spaces, which also just empowers them, to improve their leadership skills, their planning skills. And, our organization is also based on capacitating the young people, and this is a perfect opportunity for that.
Very well. How do you ensure sustainability of the platform being called the Katutura Career Fair?
How do we sustain it? So, well, we are an NGO, as you may know. So when we were planning this event, we had communicated, we had called out for sponsorships, and, the organization has also given a certain part of money, ideally for catering food for these kids. We want to prepare like a small lunch and orange.
But at the same time, to ensure that also it takes place next year and the year thereafter, and that there's a future behind it.
Well, look, we are grooming. Like I said, we capacitate these young people. So we need to make sure that these people need to make sure that the next year that comes, this annual event takes place. And the relationships that we built with these corporate companies, more especially the City of Wind, which we're very, very grateful for because of their continued support. It's on relationships that we've built like this that ensures that events like this take place each year.
Tapandula Unini,
Yeah,
thank you for your time. Thank you for the great work that you do. And may the 2025 Career Fair be a resounding success.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
There you have it, the Katutura 2025 Career Fair scheduled for next Friday, the 25th day of July 2025. Let's please get on board and support them as best as we can. Good morning, maybe we'll return after a brief break.